Are you using MCAT Reddit hoping to get a good MCAT score? While it's totally understandable to seek help online, you should also know that getting your information about the MCAT from Reddit is a risk. In this video, we'll go over the reasons to avoid MCAT Reddit as your source for MCAT prep and discuss what other free resources are available to you. Hi, my name is Joseph Kafka, and I'm an admissions associate here at BeMo. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe on whatever social media channel you're watching this from now so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. If you would like us to help you ace the MCAT, go to BeMoMCAT.com to schedule your free initial consultation. And as a quick tip, check out the timestamps in the description of this video to navigate to specific sections of the video that you're interested in. Here's everything we're going to cover on MCAT Reddit. Reason to avoid MCAT Reddit number 1. Risk of trusting MCAT Reddit users you do not know. Reason to avoid MCAT Reddit number 2. Questionable information about the MCAT. Reason to avoid MCAT Reddit number 3. Unsuitable advice. Reason to avoid MCAT Reddit number 4. Reddit cannot help you develop lifelong skills. And final thoughts. Now, let's get started. This is probably the most obvious reason for avoiding MCAT Reddit as a serious source of information. By entrusting your MCAT prep strategies to Reddit users, you are taking a huge risk. First, you do not know these people. You have most likely never met them and have only spoken to them in Reddit threads. You do not know whether they have actually taken the MCAT or whether they have really done as well as they say they did. It is simply unreasonable to believe everything you read on Reddit. So do not trust users who boast 528 MCAT scores or know the secret trick to acing the MCAT. Second, MCAT prep is a tremendous undertaking. It takes hard work and dedication to ace this test, so relying on questionable and undependable advice is not a good decision. Every hour of MCAT prep is precious, so you do not want to waste your time and energy on dubious advice and information. Third, the amount of information on MCAT Reddit is overwhelming. Most students find deciphering which advice is genuine and which is not quite difficult, not to mention time-consuming. So this leads me to my next point. There are genuine threads on MCAT Reddit that offer tips for MCAT prep, but you should also know that the majority of Reddit threads are not reliable sources of information. Like with most topics, MCAT Reddit boards are filled with threads that aim to mislead and misinform you. Not only are they misguiding, but they are also often unsubstantiated. This phenomenon is present on a variety of pre-med forums. Some posts boast about acing the MCAT without any preparation, while some claim that there is only one legitimate MCAT prep company. These are typically posted by the representatives of this prep company. Furthermore, there are posts about the difficulty and unfairness of the test that dishearten future test takers. First, never believe anyone who discourages you from dedicated studying. Anyone who posts dismissive threads about the difficulty of the test or the need for preparation is not your friend. Anyone who tells you that the MCAT is not worth worrying about does not have your interest at heart. This is why. MCAT Reddit is dangerous. There is no sense of responsibility or accountability for what is posted. Nobody checks the legitimacy of posts on Reddit, so people can literally post whatever they want. If you find that MCAT Reddit threads are creating a false sense of reassurance and dissuade you from studying, consider it a red flag and disregard the thread. On the other hand, MCAT Reddit is also filled with posts about how hard the MCAT is. The posts you see and the threads you find are often full of intimidating, discouraging information about the MCAT's difficulty. The MCAT is indeed a challenge, but dedicated and catered study tactics have been the key to student success for decades. Reading negative, vague information about the difficulty of the MCAT does not help your preparations. These Reddit posts tend to worsen the fears of those who have not taken the MCAT themselves. There is no need to worsen your anxiety. It does not help you prepare mentally and cognitively for the test. The truth is somewhere in the middle. While nobody can deny that the MCAT is a difficult test, thousands of students have successfully written it and went on to achieve their dream of becoming a doctor. Bottom line is that those who boast about the easiness or the difficulty of the MCAT are probably not the best sources of information and advice. So why is that? Well, the former are anomalies in our world who do not have to prepare for a 7.5-hour exam, while the latter struggle so much during the test that you probably do not want their advice in the first place. You should also keep in mind that Reddit is often used by businesses to promote their own hidden agendas. Some are also keen to use Reddit as a defamation platform to attack their competitors. MCAT prep companies use Reddit as a tool against each other, posting dissuading threads to scare students from turning to their competitors for help. It is certainly up to you to choose whether you sign up for a company's MCAT prep programs, but be wary of posts that are rude, angry, or insulting of other people's and companies' prep tactics. Be vigilant of anyone who vehemently dismisses alternative study strategies, MCAT study schedules, or uses rude and contemptuous language toward other Reddit users. These tend to be written by prep agencies who are after your attention and money. It's important to point out that not all information on MCAT Reddit is false. There are people who genuinely want to share their experience and divulge information about their prep tactics and methods to other Reddit users. But even when a user posts something true about their MCAT prep strategies, you must be cautious of their advice because it may not fit your situation. And while the person posting may genuinely wish you to succeed, they do not know you, your academic background, or your strengths. They have done their job. They passed their MCAT test. Now they want to share what's worked for them, but they are not accountable for your success. If you use their advice and do not get the same score, they are not responsible for your setbacks. They simply shared what worked for them and did not have you in mind when they devised their study schedule. They may have aced MCAT chemistry or psychology sections in their test, but they cannot prepare you for yours. While they can describe how they studied and what the test day was like, they cannot help you practice your test-taking strategies or learning the content. No amount of information on Reddit can prepare you for the test. If you are a medical school applicant, you probably already know that the MCAT has a variety of versions of the test in the same year. Test forms are different, and the exam administrators try to create equally difficult exam forms in one test cycle. This means that whatever you hear about the test from test takers in one cycle does not mean that you will have the same testing experience. Furthermore, test takers in the same cycle get different questions. So what can discussion boards really divulge about the questions you will face? Second, while there are generally accepted MCAT prep strategies, everybody's areas of strength and weakness are different. For example, someone may post that the first section of the MCAT, the chemical and physical foundations of biological systems, was the most challenging section of the entire exam. It may be true for this particular person, but this might not be true for you. Perhaps this person neglected their review of the most important MCAT physics equations, or they have always found chemistry a very challenging subject. We simply cannot know this person's learning style and academic inclinations. While it's fine to read about other person's testing experience on Reddit, you should not take it at face value. When you are reading discussion threads, you should keep in mind that everybody's journey to medical school and the MCAT are different. The content areas or MCAT sections that a particular Reddit user may find challenging are not challenging for everyone. Do not panic after you read each Reddit post. Just because some people find certain content on the test difficult does not mean that you will as well. You must have a clear, personalized schedule which must reflect your needs. If you jump from topic to topic based on MCAT Reddit posts, you will never get ready for the test. As was already mentioned, Reddit users cannot really spend their time and efforts to prepare you for the MCAT content or test-taking strategies. All they can do is share with you how they prepared. Their answers to your inquiries about what questions they encountered in their test are also futile. You might get a different test form or write your test months or years later when the test is completely different. In addition to not being able to prepare you for MCAT content, Reddit cannot prepare you for the test format either. Furthermore, MCAT prep should include more than content revision. It should be about reading, comprehension, analysis, attention to detail, stress management, and so on. All of these skills cannot be developed by reading Reddit posts. They are honed using diligent MCAT prep strategies. As you know, your MCAT preparation tactics should always include CARS prep. While some students find biochemistry or MCAT physics questions very challenging, this does not apply to everyone. However, CARS is notoriously challenging for most students. This MCAT section is very difficult to prepare for because you cannot simply memorize formulas or terminology to ace it. There are methods and strategies you can implement in your study plan that will help you develop the skills necessary for acing this section of the test, such as active reading, communication of concepts and ideas, relating seemingly unconnected concepts with each other, and so on. All these prep tactics help you develop skills and knowledge that will last beyond your MCAT exam. They will last you a lifetime. For example, your CAR strategy should involve the development of your reading and comprehension skills. These skills take time to cultivate, but they are essential for becoming a successful professional. In some way, building lifelong skills and knowledge should be the focus of your MCAT prep, not finding quick tricks on Reddit that might help you ace the test. If you're wondering how you may develop skills like attention to detail and comprehension, there is one simple, reliable, but time-consuming and demanding method: reading and analyzing challenging texts. While it's important to run through practice questions and passages to get familiar with the format, reading and analysis of literary materials is the only way to habituate yourself to identify theses and arguments, as well as growing your vocabulary. In other words, skills necessary for acing CARs. As you can imagine, this takes time, dedication, and hard work. Therefore, no amount of MCAT Reddit tips and tricks for how to choose the right answer can help you ace this section. So don't waste your time reading MCAT Reddit threads and focus your attention on developing skills and knowledge that will serve you long after you write your MCAT. Keep in mind, there are no effective ploys or crash courses that can increase your MCAT prep progress. Development of attention to detail, reading, comprehension, and analytical skills takes time and commitment. As you may have gathered from this video, your success on the MCAT depends on your personal preparations and studying. No amount of advice from your family, friends, classmates, or Reddit users can instill you an intrinsic motivation to succeed. Ultimately, your MCAT score will heavily depend on your study habits, how sufficient your study strategies were, and how much time you put into it. Simply put, you must prepare in a way that is helpful to you and avoid relying on tactics that are untested, unproven to work, or merely alleged to work. You cannot risk entrusting your MCAT score to prep methods posted by unfamiliar MCAT Reddit users. Does this mean you cannot get external help? Absolutely not. You are encouraged to use resources that can help you prepare. There are MCAT prep professionals who can help you with your schedule, concentrate on your needs, and customize prep plans for your learning style. Additionally, there are dozens of free, tested MCAT prep sources you can use to organize your own study schedule and increase your chances for success. What you need are MCAT prep strategies that have been tested and proven to work, and these are available to you for free on our website. Whether you're planning your study schedule or looking to figure out when to start studying for the MCAT, we've compiled a series of detailed, informative blogs and videos that can help you make sound decisions regarding your MCAT prep methods and schedule the optimal MCAT test date for you. I want to emphasize that our free resources such as blogs, webinars, and videos do not withhold any of the information we use in our one-on-one consultations with students. The difference is that some students are great at incorporating the strategies outlined in our free resources independently, while others may feel the need for a more personalized approach. If you are struggling to apply our MCAT advice to your learning style or schedule, you may find a personal consultation helpful for your MCAT prep. This wraps up our video for today. Check out our blog to learn more about why you should avoid MCAT Reddit and what free resources are available to you. I've included a link in the description of this video so you can find our resources easily. If you would like us to help you ace the MCAT, go to BeMoMCAT.com to schedule your free initial consultation. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, so please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. If you have any questions about MCAT Reddit that I didn't cover in this video, let me know in the comment section and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.